already know what it is, Fourth Quarter Boys Sports. I am the illustrious one, Professor Lake. And you know I'm back pushing this series, Where Are They Now? And today, you see it up there already, man. We're covering my man, Willie Gault, number 83. You know, he was a part of that 1985 Super Bowl Shuffle crew. We helped seal the deal in Super Bowl 20, 85. And, you know, we're just going to talk a little bit about his career. But, you know, this is a Where Are They Now? So we're going to definitely get into what he's been into after football. But you already know what it is. Fourth Quarter Boy Sports. I am the illustrious Professor Lake. Let's jump right into it. So in 1983, Willie Gault was drafted in the first round at number 18. Willie Gault played 5 seasons with the Chicago Bears. Again, in 1985, he was a part of the team that won Super Bowl 20. His best season was in 1983. And, you know, these numbers aren't really prolific, but you had to understand during those times it was more of a running league for the Bears, at least. You know, the Bears are known for having a running game at all times. So just know that in 83, they were really leaning on the running game. But in 83, which was his best season, not really prolific numbers, but he had 836 yards with 8 touchdowns. You know, comes out of University of Tennessee. At the time, they had so many wide receivers coming out that was the wide receiver university. Call it wide receiver U. He set records at Tennessee. In 85, he helped the Bears win the Super Bowl. In that game, he caught 4 catches for 129 yards, including 1 catch for 60 yards. In 86, he shocked a lot of fans when he started joining ballet group. It was charity, but he joined it in the off season for a foundation called Better Boys Foundation. You know, after showing that he wasn't afraid to do ballet, you know, it was shocking to a lot of Bear fans, but at the same time, it just showed a different side of Willie Gault and basically his diversity. And you'll see that after his career is over with, he really diversifies himself. In 1988, Willie Gault enters the Olympic tryouts and ends up making the team as a bobsledder, showing even more diversity. He's just not a football player. He's willing to do other things and branch out. In 1988, it was a much publicized beef between Jim McMahon and Willie Gault, and that ended his times with the Bears. He ended up getting traded to the LA Raiders, where he ended up finishing out his career. Now, after retiring from the NFL as an LA Raider, Willie Gault has been putting a lot of time in his acting career as well as different business ventures here and there. But let's talk about his acting first. He has reoccurring roles in The West Wing and The Pretender, so you can go ahead and check those out and just punch in Willie Gault and just see what episodes that he's in and check him out, see how he is as an actor. He's also had several appearances in made-for-TV movies. He had one-time appearances as well in what's this episode? In the Heat of the Night, hanging with Mr. Cooper and Tales from the Crypt. I didn't even know this guy was in any of these shows, and I used to watch them back in the day, but Willie Gault was in the Tales from the Crypt, hanging with Mr. Cooper, and in the Heat of the Night. I gotta check this out now. In addition to, you know, having, you know, small roles in different projects, he also joined his daughter in the show called Parental Control on MTV. So, you know, he's really getting into acting. I think it's just a little side money, just to, you know, pad his wealth. Just to talk about his athleticism. In 2014, you know, he was in some sort of 55 or older Masters Athletics race, you know. So he runs a 100-meter dash in 11.28 seconds. That year he was interviewed, and he says that he could beat Deshaun Jackson in a race. That's cocky, I know. In 2011, he ran the 100-meter dash in 10.88 seconds. He's breaking records as a 55-year-old. Now, going on down the line, getting closer to more modern times, unfortunately, he was going into different business ventures. And in 2016, he was accused of security fraud, being accused of pumping up the stock value of a cardiac device maker company. He ended up being the co-CEO. He was more like a figurehead to the company. I don't think he made any major decisions, but I do think he played a role in helping the stock rise just by being Willie Gault. But investigators on the case say a lot of pro athletes have been getting taken advantage of in their retirement by a lot of different shady business advisors. As of late, the most that I could really find is that Willie Gault is actually fighting these charges. That's where Willie Gault is. I think he'll come up from underneath this particular situation. Just to talk about his career with the Bears, he's definitely a guy that I remember a whole lot of. You know, when I look at his stats, it really doesn't measure up to what some of the guys are doing in the modern NFL. You know, when you talk about the 2000s and up, you know, the numbers just really don't seem that impressive. But during the time, you know, he was known as the fastest man in the world, faster than Darryl Green, the fastest man in the NFL. And to date, you know, he really shows his athleticism. He stays in shape. And, you know, I think it's kind of a positive end to a guy that was a big piece of the notoriety of the 1985 Chicago Bears. You got the sweetness, the bad boy McMahon. You got Willie Gault on the outside, just being fresh. You know, we look forward to seeing him burn people. And at the time, it seemed like he was just dusting everybody. But I guess, you know, looking at the numbers, you know, it really isn't anything compared to today's NFL. You know, that's Willie Gault. I hope you enjoyed the Where Are They Now series. We keep it going. You know, leave your comments in the comment section. You know, like, share, subscribe. It's Willie Gault, man. Fourth Quarter Boy Sports, man. The illustrious Professor Lake. I'm in this thing, but now I'm out.